all the Sidemen at the same time, aside from Harry, released an apology as well, being like, "Oh, we need to be better." And all that, and like all their apologies, aside from Toby's, feel very copy and paste, like very similar to one another's. Aside from like a few other like things said, so Vic Star's apology was really odd as well, being like, I don't know, the way that it read was almost like, I didn't take too much offense, but I'm still upset that we did this and all that. And that's other thing as well, because I feel like Vic in that group has dealt a lot with that shit as well. And he's just like, no, I know that they're joking.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is Morokai with 2 eyes. We're back on every single Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, 7 a.m. on Spotify and 4:30 p.m. on YouTube. That just took a lot out of me, actually. The
you
intro
seem
itself.
A bit like...
It's
just exhausting. Massive day on the big jobs, mate.
But we've been speaking so calmly, and then just
we actually have, and then just all of that emotion, that rush, that adrenalin.
I was like, I'm a little under the weather, but you've brought a good topic that we can dive into. Yes. So, mate, take away.
So, today's topic is specifically going to be Sidemen related.
Oh, very good.
Massive group in the UK, massive on YouTube. Everyone, I would like to think everyone's seen at least one of their videos.
Mm-hmm.
Quite a bit of controversy this week with their Sidemen Sundays.
I have no idea what they've done. I saw KSI made a couple of tweets and that it was in a bit of hot water, and that is it. I have no idea.
Yeah, so I was at work on Monday, as I usually do, go on YouTube, add to my watch later. Gets to Monday night, I'm like, I'll watch the Sidemen Sundays video. Always do it on Monday night. And I was just like, that's weird. It's not even my watch later. Like, I could have sworn I put it in my watch later.
Do you reckon you have a bit of tics with that watch later stuff? Because you've always been put watch later, and then you smash them out through the night. If you don't get through them all, do you start shaking?
I don't shake, but I must admit there is like a bit of OCD where I'm like, now I'm like, in my head I'm like, I'm a whole YouTube day behind in videos.
What's the biggest like total time and watch later that you've been like, I need to get through like 4 or 5 hours of this shit?
I reckon when it was like the phase stuff. Like any new phase video that Rain was putting out, or like any other member, I was like, I just need to be all over this.
Oh, okay.
Like real bad. I was like, holy shit. Purely because I used to love phase.
Yep.
But yeah, this Sidemen Sundays, I was like, what the fuck? Like, where is it? Go to Twitter, I see that it's been taken down. And I was like, oh, that's weird. Like, none of their stuff gets taken down. Like, what's been going on? Go through the Twitter thread and all that. Turns out KSI has used a racial slur that just hasn't landed well at all.
Okay, so what was it?
The slur itself.
Yeah, what did he say and what was the slur?
I believe, so what I found out from Twitter is they were playing some like, I guess like, sort of like Scrabble.
Yeah.
Like was like the game type video and all that. So he had all these words, like all these, letters on the screen. And from that, he was picking a word to like say.
Mm-hmm.
So he's like looking and he's like, I'm going to say it. All the other Sidemen are like sort of giggling like, oh, no, don't say it sort of thing. He's like, no, I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it. He said the term Paki, which my understanding is the short and abbreviation of Pakistan or someone that is from Pakistan, like
that's
Pakistani.
That's racist.
That's what they're calling. Well, that's apparently it's a racial slur calling someone that. Like the Southeast Asian community on Twitter has gone against KSI. They are like bashing him, being like, "How dare you use that word?" As someone that is as someone of brown color,
yeah,
you know how hurtful it is when someone says the N word. Like, I can't believe you said the P word.
Hacky.
Yeah, and I swear, and it could be some ignorance that I have, but I've never once known saying that is racist.
Australia, Aussie, Pakistan, what? Maybe there's more behind it, but I've never heard someone insult someone by calling them a Paki.
Yeah, so I've never ever heard, I've never ever heard it, and I also swear when I've talked to people from Pakistan, they're like, "Oh yeah, I'm a Paki," as in like I'm from Pakistan. So it's like
I thought that too.
And I take no. They seem to take no offense when they've granted. Obviously, if you're from there, yeah, sort of thing.
So,
but
so people have gotten upset about. Okay, people have gotten upset about that. And that's when he's made his apology. Was that a full video that got released?
Well, it was
or
like a 46-minute video and all that. And then that people were getting mad as well because they're like, oh, I can't believe in the post edit, like they still like left this in. Like, surely you would have edited that out knowing that like that's not allowed. But it's odd because in the Sidemen videos, Harry, who I'm a big fan of, WROETOSHOW, he says quite a lot of controversial, like,
I was about to say.
Like, he makes jokes a lot of the time. There's jokes of him doing, like, the Hitler thing as well.
There's a hilarious one when they call out a dish, like a hum pung kai hua, and he's just like, oh, he's on Squid Games.
Exactly.
That is the funniest clip I've ever. What, is he going to get?
That's what I mean, though. So I'm like, how's the double
That was
standard?
the funniest clip.
Yeah, dude, it made me laugh. I thought it was hilarious. And I'm not trying to defend KSI with this, but how, like, that's such a double KSI does it and it's not okay, but Harry does it and no one bats an eye. Like, you can't pick and choose. Like, at the end of the day, racism is, like, you can't pick and choose when it's racism and when it isn't. Like, you can't, it doesn't work like that.
Okay, so he's done the, which he just shouldn't have done. He done the apology, and that's when they
the token apology. That even the video of the apology, he's like looking at the script, he's like looking down, he's like looking up, and it's just so, it's like the classic YouTube monotone apology and all that. Whereas KSI himself should have just, he could have done such a better apology, and then he was seen at a mosque, which is where like a lot of Muslims, Pakistan people go to like pray and all that. So he's like trying to like learn their culture and like have a better understanding
because of this.
Yeah, because of that. But because someone's filmed it as well, like it does actually look very bad. Like, I know he himself is probably trying to do the right thing, but everything just is coming across very forced. You had all the sidemen. I don't really want to read out the apologies, but like all the sidemen at the same time, aside from Harry, released an apology as well, being like, "Oh, we need to be better," and all that. And like all their apologies, aside from Toby's, feel very copy and paste, like very similar to one another's. Aside from like a few other like things said, so Vic Star's apology was really odd as well, being like, I don't know, the way that it read was almost like, I didn't take too much offense, but I'm still upset that we did this and all that. And that's the other thing as well, because I feel like Vic in that group has dealt a lot with that shit as well. And he's just like, no, I know that they're joking. Like, I know that, like, I'm not taking offense. Like, I know it's a joke.
Yeah.
Because how often have we with our mates, dead ass, whether they be from England or like whatever, and like, you just attack them, like, not only attack, but like you joke around with like their nationality a bit.
Yeah, if you got the right friend group, then you know they're going to give it back to you about whatever, then yeah, you're joking around and you can find whatever to make fun of. And in that closed group, when it's not going so social, you can make the jokes you want to make because you know no one's feelings are going to get hurt. And it's not like you're against the country itself.
And the funniest thing about
it... fuck with my mate who just pushed me in the mud. Like,
yeah. The funniest thing as well about it is because there was a video ages back where KSI was like, oh, you can't cancel me. Like, I'm in a spot where you can't. And ironically, more or less, people are trying to bloody cancel him and this... I wouldn't say he's been cancelled as such, but the fact that he's removed himself from Twitter, it's like, you've let him get to you, man.
Yeah, you've done...
You've you've actually succumbed to that. Like, you could have still stayed on your social media platform, and
people who tie themselves so much in their like gender, or race, or whatever. Like, are you doing anything else? Why are you getting so Packy? That you're getting so upset about that? Don't get me wrong. I don't know the backside, so I don't know if that is very offensive.
Yeah,
but fuck, dude, don't you have other shit going on? Like, it was what. What? Are other people not tired of that?
It's weird as well because, like, the people from Pakistan, they're now being like, oh, the Sidemen can come and join a club and we'll show them. Like, I dare you to say it to my face and all. And in my head, though, I'm like, but that doesn't achieve anything.
What the fuck is going
on? That achieves next to nothing. And at the end of the day...
Are we allowed to get offended being called Aussies?
Well, that was a comment. That was like a Twitter reply being like, I'm from Australia and I get called Aussie all the time. Like, so... do I have a right to be offended being called an Aussie then?
Yeah.
Sort of thing. Like, that's what, like, it just leads to so many, just so many questions and all. Like, I was, like, looking at this being like, where the fuck is my Sidemen Sundays video? Like, why is it being taken down? And then when I found out it was that, I was like, well, shit. Like, if calling, like, someone, like, the P word as such, then, like, no, but, like, man, if that's the case and, like, I guess I may as well call myself out on the podcast. I guess I'm a racist because I've used that term before.
Oh, I'm just
like, no, but like, sitting next to you. Like multiple, like, you know what I mean, though?
My God, there's going to be so many. There's going to be more podcasts we do where like this person's apologised. Like, oh, you can't say that now either. Righto.
Well, I feel like that's the world that we're heading into, but I just can't believe that it's blown up.
There's going to be a big turn eventually. There's going to be something that's going to happen where people are just going to start, I don't know. It's okay. For example, I think older women who go in and complain about everything in a supermarket, they got the name Karen, right? And that happened. I think that happened last year.
I think,
it was very new, right? You don't want to be a Karen, and the thing is, older women hate being called Karen.
Yeah, they do.
Because they know exactly the stigma and it's like what that represents. They hate it. There's going to be a word or there's going to be a switch or something, I reckon, in the next few years, because people are going to be so over who they have to make sure they don't offend, what words they have to use. And there's going to be a word that people get called because of that.
Shit, yeah.
And they're not going to be want to call that. So there's going to be a turn eventually, but fuck, dude, if you're... Just go do something else. Go watch. You don't like it? Unsubscribe. It's like he hasn't got a racist bone in his body. The man's black himself. What are you talking about? And then what internationality is Vic?
Vic stars from India, and KSI and Toby are Nigerian.
Mate, shut up. Well, fucking hell, bro. Like, there's not. Oh my god! Until you, there's actual real racists out there that are causing issues for people because legitimately the color of their skin. Find them. I'm free reign. Go at them, mate. Threaten them. Do whatever the fuck you want. You make a joke if someone's like homosexual. They couldn't care less who you love. But there's people who are out there who are actually hateful and mean towards people because of the people they love. Go after them. Free reign.
Correct.
But I don't know about you. I'm yet to fucking see someone like them go after an actual racist or an actual homophobe. Yeah, these are all people who have slipped up in a video and just...
it's more...
Fuck me.
I think it's also just more, that like token YouTube apology. Like, it just never sits well.
Yeah, but KSI'S in the wrong too for doing that kind of crap.
Yeah.
Isn't there videos like... And don't get me wrong, I don't like bringing up the past because everyone changes, but isn't there videos of like him with women like at an event being like full on pretty much sexist, like, and that was a different time too, where the internet was a different place.
No, there is
but that was like, well, those videos are worse. Him saying like, I don't even know if I'm allowed to say it, but fuck me, man, I don't know.
Like you're spot on though, and that's the thing. Like KAVOS, that KAVOS YouTuber who does like the news that I fucking cannot stand. I think he's a fucking stain. Like, he's just the worst type of fucking individual there is. He's out there attacking KSI and all that, and they're all like, "Oh, he's almost 30. He should know better."
Isn't his videos primarily hate though?
Yeah, it is. But then then people are digging dirt on KAVOS from like 2018, where he's calling people like, "Shut up, you fucking Jew," like, and all this. So like, if you don't like this video, go and get cancer. KAVOS replies like, "Oh, that's all the way from 2018. You need to grow up." And it's like, yeah, but you still said it though, didn't you? Like you're calling out, dude. Like, yes, KSI is 30. Realistically, should have known better. He said what he said, whatever. Like, it happened. But you also still tweeted that out when you were like,
double standards.
But what? Oh, I was 16 then. Mate, does that mean that like whenever like anything happens, you can be like, "Oh, yeah, I was a fuckwit at 16, but like I'm now 26. Like, I'm not that person anymore." Like, that's such an that is the biggest get out of jail card.
Yeah,
there is. Like, it's actually like it's just fucked, man. It just leaves a bit of a sour taste.
Yeah, I don't know. People just whinge over the dumbest stuff. I don't really see many people get done for their actions.
No,
right? Far out. What, like, did much happen to? I mean, think about something like, I keep seeing it because I keep watching Mike Malak videos and Jeff Wittek's now in their crew. And I think about how David Dobrik literally nearly caused someone brain damage. The guy, like, mate, I cannot... I could not forgive you if you were making a video about me and I was on a crane doing a video for you and you're swinging me around on a crane and obviously you have a reputation of taking things a bit too far and you know the video would have been good if you span that crane a little bit faster and then you stopped and I've whacked my head so hard that I've got a little bit of brain damage and now I swear to God, this dude
does he have like a fake eye?
Right, he gets like eye surgery. I like every 6 months.
That's fucked.
He has to keep going in and getting more and more surgery on his eye to do. It was something to do with the retina, making sure it's correctly in place.
Well, yeah, if his retina's fucked, then it's Donzo.
Bro, I couldn't forgive you
Imagine
if I had to
losing your
keep
sight.
going. Yeah, like, he hasn't lost the
No,
sight,
but
I know,
if
but
it
I know
got
what you
to the
mean.
point.
But just the fact that I'd have to go and get surgery on my eye constantly.
What are your thoughts on, if you don't mind, obviously sort of like switching it up, going down this avenue, what are your thoughts on David Dobrik himself?
He was my favourite YouTuber.
Yeah, right.
He was so funny.
Until that incident? Or like
Yeah.
were you still a bit like, oh, like shit what happened and all that, and you sort of stuck with him until maybe Jeff Whittick came out and like made some comments?
No, I think it more I realised that he's not as entertaining as the crew he had around him.
Yeah, okay,
But
right.
if I took, and this is what's so interesting, if I took that crew and I separated them into single,
Just individuals?
I'm not watching their content.
Yeah,
The
okay.
fact that they were all together.
That group just meshed really well
yeah,
together.
and the editing, everything worked really well. It was short,
I don't mind Jeff
fast-paced.
Whittick. I actually like.
Oh, Jeff Whittick's pisser.
I really
Jeff Whittick's
enjoy
so
the guy.
good.
I think
Yeah.
he's like a really cool kind of guy.
So I really liked it, but then that happened. I was like, oh, I'm kind of off you now. And then switched over to like Mike Malak and Logan Paul. But there's a couple of prank videos he has, and that's the other thing too. He did a prank video, which was so fucking funny. He got one of his friends to kiss another one of his mates. So what's the older guy called again? I think his name was
Oh, jeez. I can't even.
Far
That's not coming to my head at all.
I don't know it too. Anyway, he's an older comedian. He's in his 40s. And he pranked one of his friends. Like, he got this guy to put on a mask and make out with his mate. And then he pulled off the mask. He's like, oh, my God, you made out with him, blah, blah, blah. And he pranked him again. He got him to pretend he was in a music video. And he started making out with a monkey, like a monkey that he thought was these hot girls in monkey suits. But again, it was his friend. And it was hilarious. Like, I haven't laughed that hard in a couple of prank videos in ages. So I was pissing myself. And then, man, classic, like, fucking
That came on
20...
a real big strike.
Oh, my God. Classic 2020 plus mode. Just next thing you know, I now feel violated by that prank, actually. I want to make a video. I feel really down about that prank. The prank David pulled, it's just not okay. And then milked the hell out of it. And then David got all this hate. And then people realize that it's not that fucking big of a deal, so they forget. And then it just restarts. And then this constant repeat of just...
Rinse and repeat.
Oh,
the cycle.
So many people are saying, oh, do you not feel bad about that video 5 years ago? No, bro, I'm good. 5 more people. You sure you don't feel bad about that? I think I'm good. 10 more people. Bro, I'd feel pretty bad about that. Next day. The reason why I'm opening up about this situation. Shut up, man.
I always feel as well a lot of the time, even with the Team 10 drama, like if we go back from that, it's almost like when their paycheck runs out or they're not getting the clicks or the views, oh shit, how do I know. Jake Paul abused me in the Team 10 house. Jake Paul threatened me. I couldn't leave Team 10 and all that. It's just like, fucking hell. Like, are we digging this deep? Just so you can have that bit of fame again for like another week?
Yeah.
I'm not saying that Jake Paul's a perfect guy, by the way. Like, I'm sure living with him would have been fucking hell. But, I don't know, just some of the things that are said. It's just
like the ones, don't get me wrong.
And you agreed as well to be in the group. Like, you stayed. If things were that bad, would you not be like, bro, I'm not fucking doing this?
It's the same. I don't know if the severity of it was pretty bad or not, but there was... Don't get me wrong, I don't like Jake Paul, but there was when he was with Alyssa Violet and it came out and he was like an abusive boyfriend and he spat on her once and he pushed her into a bush. I'm like, dude, I have in the past multiple friends that love their girlfriend more than life and have pushed them in a bush as a joke. I know for a fact I'll one day push my girlfriend in a bush. I know, it'll make me laugh. And as long as she's safe and okay and it's a fluffy, nice little bush, then it's all good. Yeah. But fuck me, bro.
It's not like I'm actually aggressively being like, fuck you, bitch. Exactly. Like, bang.
And, bro, there's people out there that literally lay into their wife. Like, there was a NFL player that got caught because he came home and there's cameras throughout his house and his baby's, like, there in, like, a baby seat crying. And he goes up and picks up his like wife and slams her in the ground multiple times.
See, that's fucked.
multiple times. But there's no constant YouTubers making videos about that. It's just on the news and then it's done with. It's over. But because it's not an influencer you're hoping will bite back.
Yeah, that's true.
And you're hoping you can use their name to then... Because you can't... If you're an influencer in the space, let's say you do vlogs. If you attack David Dobrik, you're in that vlog space. So maybe you're going to bring over some views and hopefully bring up... If you're a vlogger, you're not going to make a video on this NFL player who's fully abused his wife. Because where's the audience you're bringing in?
You're spot on.
You're not. It's 40 and 50-year-olds who are watching it and they're focused on what has this player done? How does it affect my ultimate team or whatever the fuck?
Yes, yep.
And this vlogger's just like, oh, well, I can't really get much from it. I know it'll bring awareness, which is the whole fucking point. They make that the point. This will bring awareness.
Make it very clear.
But that's not the point. The point is they want clicks. They want people to come to their channel.
Yeah, they want to leech off them.
Yeah.
And all that, and then you create that drama battle, sort of like the whole Face Banks Jake Paul drama.
When have you seen a vlogger make it a video about a missing child or a child who suffered from like sexually from a family member or fucking someone who has been beaten by their wife or beaten by their husband? You don't see it. You see this YouTuber aggressively pulled her dog on a leash, and there was an a video that got released. People shouldn't pull their dog at a dog park that hard. That was way too hard. Comments. That is way too hard. I own this type of dog, and actually, if you have that much force on a dog's neck, it can really damage it a little bit.
My dog, I choke it and it doesn't care, like sort of thing in the comments. It's always a fucking...
Right, people are fucking just the worst. The worst.
And it's not getting better.
No, it's not.
Like it's
getting way worse. That's what I mean. That's why I think there's going to be a switch at some point where people are just going to throw it in and be like, this is so dumb. I am over this.
I think you're spot on. I'm intrigued to know what the word would be as well if you're that sort of person. Like what like thinking that like we've got like a Karen, like if you talk to them and it's like, oh, it's such a Karen.
I think maybe it'll be like all... the racial slurs, the homophobic slurs, the transgender slurs, all somehow joined into one, like it's a letter from each. Yeah, so then it's like, no, I'm attacking everyone right now. Yeah, that's why I'm going at you.
Yeah, shit. The ultimate word.
The ultimate word. Yeah.
Shit. It's just crazy. Like that's the situation that we're currently living in right now today.
But to be fair, like. I know this is a bit of a 180, but fuck me, I would 10 times rather deal with someone who's whinging and moaning about their YouTube views and how someone, I'd rather that be the problem than, I don't know, we're talking about an actual war happening in Australia or there's something going on where there's a meteor coming down and people are making videos about a fucking meteor that's going to hit the earth and then, or there's literally something happens with the vaccine we all had. Like, there's problems in 10
now there's
years,
complications.
and now, like, there's proper complications. Something like that. We're not dealing with that. We're dealing with fucking people who have these little petty little fucking problems, and most of the time the people complaining about them, like that Pakistan thing we were talking about earlier, I guarantee so many of the Twitter comments weren't Pakistan. I guarantee that's not there.
You're so spot on. It wasn't. And then so many, luckily, that I saw in the replies were like, yeah, I get called Paki all the time by my mate. It's like, we just have a laugh about it and all that. And then it was like another person from Pakistan going at the guy that was saying, it's like, how dare you? Why are you laughing with them? You know how hurtful this word is. And it's like, bro, it's really not that deep. And then they're like, yes, it is that deep. And I'm like, you can't tell someone else how they feel.
Yeah.
Like, that's what the fuck is that?
Yeah, exactly. Oh, it's the way it's said too.
It is, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's Morokai 2. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next one.
Boom.
Boom.